Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cindy Dunn from the Oshawa Senior Center. The program that I am going to share with you today is the creation of frozen pizza. I don't know if there's very many people out there who dislike pizza, but we're going to learn how and who created the frozen pizza. It seems everyone loves pizza. People have baked bread with toppings for a long time, even before it was called pizza. But today's pizza originated in Italy during the late 19th century. Pizza became popular in North America after World War II. Servicemen returning from Italy brought the recipes home. Soon pizza shops began opening up everywhere. About this time, Rose Totino began her own pizza success story. Rose and her husband began making pizzas for their neighbors in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Family and friends encouraged Rose and her husband to open their own restaurant. They called it Totino's Italian Kitchen. At first, they only offered takeout pizza, but as their business grew, they added a dining room. Rose and her husband worked hard at their business. Some days they would work for 20 hours and then get up and start again. Their hard work started to pay off. They sold 500 pizzas each weekend. Can you imagine 500 a weekend back then? That would have been very, very busy. So many people wanted Rose's pizza that she couldn't keep up. She wanted to find a way to make pizza ahead of time so customers could bake the popular pie at home. Rose came up with a great idea: frozen pizza. I'm sure we've all had some of this. Rose had to create a special dough that can be frozen and then heated. She patented the dough which she created. Totino's became the top-selling frozen pizza in North America. In 1981, Pillsbury offered to buy the company. Rose Totino turned down Pillsbury's first offer of $16 million. Can you imagine $16 million back then? Now you might ask, why would she turn down $16 million? I probably would not. With her strong business sense, Rose worked out a deal for $20 million and was also made Pillsbury's vice president. She became the first ever woman vice president. So I guess it pays to hold off and have like a really strong backbone when you know something you have is valuable to other people. Rose Totino made a lot of money, but she remembered to help others who were in need. Rose donated to many charities and schools. She was honored for her outstanding service and her leadership. This is a picture of the 2020 Rose Awards. Rose Totino was inducted into the Frozen Food Hall of Fame. She was the first woman to be inducted. In 2008, she was inducted into the Minnesota Inventors Hall of Fame. She was also the first woman inducted and was known as uncontested queen of frozen pizza. So she made a lot of landmarks for women in history. She was the first woman to be vice president, Pillsbury's. She was the first woman to be inducted into the Frozen Food Hall of Fame. She was the first woman inducted into the Inventors Hall of Fame. That's quite the accomplishment for one woman. So what became of this little pizza shop where it all began? Well, the Totino's had two daughters, but no sons. The daughters watched their mom work and work and work, and they didn't want to run the business. So the Totino's grandson, Steve Elwin, bought it in 1987. He decided to move the shop location in 2007, which didn't really go over well, and business fell. And in 2011, he closed the business. Now, the following slides that I'm going to show you have some important facts about food and pizza. I also add some thought-provoking questions to get you thinking. Let's get started. Some pizzas have unusual toppings like anchovies, pineapple, and artichokes. What do you like on your pizza? Did you know the average Canadian eats 46 slices of pizza each year? Now, take in mind this stat was taken from 2014. So it's a little bit old. How much pizza do you eat? Did you know that Canadians eat about 70 billion meals away from home each year? This was, of course, before COVID, and this stat is very, very recent. Do you like to eat at home or in a restaurant? Do you know that mozzarella was first made from the milk of water buffaloes? And water buffalo sure looks shocked to know that. What are some of your favorite cheeses? Do you know any of these songs that mention food? Song number 1. That's Amore. Sung by Dean Martin. Song number 2. Don't sit under the apple tree. Song number 3. Let's call the whole thing off. Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. Now you could probably think of many more that mention food and the song, but these are just a couple that I found. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about Rose Totino and the invention of frozen pizza. Hopefully the questions invoke some thought and discussion. And now you know about another strong female in our history.